What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for pressing play. Today is a day all dedicated to the TRX. Not necessarily my TRX, but we are going to be taking Dana's Granite Crystal Gray TRX down to a shop and getting an AWE exhaust installed on it. So, you heard there in the beginning what a cold start of the AWE exhaust sounds like. We're going to get a cold start of his stock exhaust. Then we're going to get another cold start of his AWE exhaust after the fact, so we can compare these things together. There's a couple reasons why you'd want to do an AWE exhaust over the stock exhaust outside of just the sound, but we'll talk about all of that in a minute. Let's jump in the truck and head out. Interior audio, just idling with all windows closed. Now with the driver's side window open. And with the rear window open. We'll give it a couple blips. Now what makes things even a little bit more interesting is that Dana and I both have the same mods to our trucks. So we both have the AFE intake on the truck, so it's not going to affect the sound. So one's not stock and the other one's got an aftermarket intake. We have the exact same intake, and his is a stock exhaust, whereas mine's an AWE. His is about to be AWE though. So yeah, it's going to get interesting, guys, because I know a lot of you out there have asked me a lot of times about which exhaust is best. I'm constantly saying the AWE exhaust, but now we're going to get to show a little bit of the install and talk a little bit more about why I think this exhaust is so good. So let's do it. Here's what it looks like pre-installed. Like I said, these are all stainless parts, so you're replacing the not stainless pieces from your stock exhaust with some stainless stuff. So this stuff will last longer, it's a little bit lighter, creates a little bit of power, and sounds a little bit better. All pros. Obviously these are the black diamond or diamond black exhaust tips, and of course you get your blow pop. And anyway, those look far better than the stock tips. And the stock exhaust cold start. All windows up. This is what it sounds like on the interior. Driver's window down. And then the rear window open. So as you guys can kind of tell, the stock exhaust sounds pretty decent already, but the AWE just kind of cleans it up, makes it a little bit crisper, and of course, like I said, it adds some power, drops some weight. It's all good things. So let's go get this thing installed, and then we'll kind of get an after clip, even though you already kind of heard mine, just on his. He's even got the attire on, guys. He's the AWE model for the day. We're here at ProTech. We're gonna get this installed. This is a place down by Dana's house, so it worked out really nicely. This is like literally, what, like 3 minutes from your house?
Yeah, it's less than a mile.
I've already kind of filmed a good portion of this with AWE, so what I'm gonna really show is just the stock exhaust compared to the AWE exhaust kind of laid out, if we can, on the ground. Some of the pieces to show you that the AWE is in fact stainless, whereas the stock stuff is not. So the AWE should last a good bit longer. Maybe outlast the truck. What do you think? No. hopefully not. Hopefully the truck lasts just as long. But either way, let's get this thing installed. So with the truck up in the air, you can see the gas tank here. If you guys ever wondered how many gallons that is, yeah, it says it right on the tank. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah. And I mean, even at 33 gallons, we're constantly getting gas in these things. So yeah. But anyway, exhaust tips. Obviously this is all stock here. It has the ball socket. We are going to have to cut this exhaust unless you're okay with removing the shock right here, which it doesn't really matter one way or another. It's just the stock exhaust is going to be probably pitched into garbage, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to have him take this stuff off and kind of lay it out next to the stainless AWE stuff, so you guys can get a better idea of exactly why that's higher quality and why it's going to last longer. So yeah, even from factory though, exhaust tips are not exactly straight. This one sits in a little bit further than that one. That's always something that stands out to me. I'm kind of OCD about that. Or I guess you could say I'm a little bit obsessed. I don't know. Quite a bit of droop this thing gets. I mean, look at that. When he's lifting the truck up, it was like a solid minute of lifting before these tires actually left the ground. And it's all thanks to those babies right there. Yeah, check that out. Lots of droop. Anyway, the AWE exhaust over here, I'm gonna have him, like I said, set out some of the stock exhaust beside this so we can compare it all together. But those are the resonators. And then of course the mufflers here are much smaller than the stock stuff, so there's a little bit more of a growl to this system. Again, not that the stock system's bad necessarily. It really doesn't sound bad for a stock setup, but AWE always takes it up a notch. Getting some of the stock pieces off, guys. These are the stock resonators. You can see they're pretty big. And then, of course, the new resonators going on from AWE are much smaller. And you're also getting an H pipe. So, should have helped with the sound a good bit, but you can clearly see the difference in the material here versus the stock stuff, which is basically just aluminum and already kind of looking a little bit beat up. So that's really, you're gaining a good bit of quality here outside of the fact that it's going to also sound better. I just wanted to show you that because this is going to get installed here in a second. We're going to get a cold start for you, and then that'll be that. Here's another shot of it, guys. So AWE exhaust kind of lined up beside the stock exhaust. Kind of give you an idea of what's going to be different here. Just about wrapped up here, guys. Getting the tips put on now. Getting them straightened up. Of course, this is one of the most nerve-wracking parts of the exhaust install, to get those tips straight. But they're working on it. They'll be good. This little thing, it's adjusted with an Allen key, and it goes up here on the right beside the actual exhaust hanger to make sure that the hangers don't move too much. So this is kind of like an off-roading thing. Make sure that these things don't move too much out of spec, basically. You put them on right up against there and then tighten it down with an Allen key. Keep everything straight. I thought that was pretty cool. New cold start incoming. Almost done.
They look better. They look a lot better.
Yeah, they do.
I can't wait to hear this. That sounds so much better. Hey, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Hey, tell me what you think.
I'm so happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Those revs sounded pretty good.
They sound so much better than stock. Oh my God, do they sound better than stock.
So,
I mean, I was happy with stock, but I was not this happy. I was not sure that I was going to like it as much as I did, but I'm excited.
there you go.
Yeah.
AWE got another lifetime customer.
Damn straight.
All right, guys, so there you have it. He finally got the AWE exhaust installed on his truck. He's had this now for the last couple months. AWE hooking us up as always. Love AWE products, of course. I have them on all my cars, like I said. Dana has it on his C7 Z06, and now he has it on his Ram TRX as well. You saw his reaction there. Super pumped. The thing sounds amazing. Of course, I already know that it's on my TRX, but if you guys are on the fence about getting the AWE exhaust on your TRX, let this serve as a good reason to get it for your truck too, because it really does improve the sound of this thing to the point where kind of where it should have been from factory, if you ask me. But definitely cleaner sound, you know, drops a couple pounds, increases some power, like I said a couple times. It's all good stuff. Plus I really like the look of the tips, the real shiny black. They're called diamond black tips, and yeah, AWE really knows their stuff. But that's it, guys. So if you liked what you saw, smash the thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content. If you're in the area, this is the Beaver area of Pennsylvania. ProTech really does a good job out here. I watched them work on his truck. They treated it like a baby, and that's always a good thing to see. So definitely check them out if you're in the area, or Cranberry, Zelienople, Pennsylvania area. This is pretty close. This is only like 5 minutes from Dana's house. It's freaking awesome. So anyway, guys, subscribe if you haven't yet, and as always, stay obsessed.